Welcome back to the Ace of Shade, uncut conversations about life, love, and all that shit in between. This is your host, Shantis.
I'm Keisha.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome back.
Hi
Hello.
guys.
Another episode. Thanks for tuning in. So I kind of want to do a post check on the girls. See how shit been, what's been going on, what's been happening. So Keisha, let us know what's up.
Well, I'm doing great. I probably don't sound like it.
At least you know.
I am doing really good. I am the happiest I have been ever.
Okay. Ever?
What?
Ever. I decided that the other day. I was like, bitch, you ain't been this happy in a long, like forever.
What?
Look at her. She's like, oh my God, this is news.
What the hell?
Yeah, like ever.
I mean, it's not bad news, but goddamn,
like
yeah,
ever,
it's
ever.
good.
Like that's exciting.
ever.
Right?
Good.
like ever. Like from like November 2020 to about
Y'all, I seen Keisha yesterday. She didn't tell me this good news. And I'm confused.
April this year. I was like depressed. I was in this funky mood, and I thought it the other day, and I was like, Keisha, you're really in a good place. Like you're in a really good place, and I was like, actually, I'm gonna say you haven't been this happy your entire life. Like it's just this
That
level
is
of
big.
like peace and comfort. So when I told you guys I was hibernating and taking time for self, and I didn't really want to because I didn't want to be amongst the people, I wanted to be outside. I realized that I had to do that for my own spiritual growth, which I'm still growing. But it made me understand the power in isolation and elevation. And
Okay.
I feel really good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bask in the moment that I feel the greatest I've felt in my whole entire life. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I feel like we kind of on the same wavelength. I've been very pleased with things that's going on in my life. I mean, of course, they're not probably going like I pictured them, but in the end, it always turns out in my favor.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I ain't see it like that, but I still win in the end. So I feel that way too. Like,
Yeah. Like I ain't saying I ain't got no problem.
right, but it's like I'm cool. With
Right. Like in April, and I touched on this zip part yesterday. I was just like, when I was over there playing about detachment, girl, that was the best thing I could have ever did. Like I be detaching.
She was playing it first.
Yeah, I was playing, but I said, you know what? 21 days to take to make it happen, and it's a habit. I just the fuck away from so much stuff. It's like a level of peace, and I started thinking, I'm like, if it causes me to overthink past a certain extension, I'm like, Keisha, this shit ain't got nothing to do with you, bitch. Detach. And
that's funny because
a level of peace, a level of peace that comes over
funny.
you.
I have taken that same approach to work. And my coworker has called me and she was like, do you see this shit? And I'm like, girl, you just gotta not care.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta, if it don't have nothing to do with you personally.
Or you can't even change it. Like, it's
Yeah,
like I can't do shit about that.
Right. And we
Detach.
just be steady. We be talking to each
Yep.
other, girl, and they don't do. I said, listen, we can't get involved in this.
Mhm.
We cannot. All we can do is stay in our lane because when you work for a company, if the customers aren't complaining and if it ain't affecting their pockets, they don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, let shit go, blow up in flames,
Mhm.
okay? And we just here doing our little job, same thing that we do. It's fine, girl. You're right.
Fine,
To
girl.
just not care.
Detach. When you mind your business, that's the best business you could ever do.
It's like, bitch, what? Okay, you said
Sometimes
something
I
about
don't
me?
even mind my own business. I just detach from my business. Not the
Yeah,
dash.
I really, when you get in that mindset of it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you get okay with that,
Because
it's
you
like,
realize that life keeps
Bruh.
going. Like, bad or good, it just keeps going. So I'm at this point, I'm like, it's going to do whatever the fuck it's going to do. And I'm just not going to spend my time worried about it or being upset about it. So, or trying to change it if I can't change it. If I can do my part, I'll do my part. But if I can't, or whatever.
And that's the best feeling in the world. It's just
We are.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
What? Y'all come through. You had to isolate the elevate. And if it don't apply, let that shit fly. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So we're doing pretty good. I just feel like the
I'm just
harmony.
like so happy from this news.
Yeah. This is it's got to keep going. She happy,
Beautiful.
I'm happy. What's going on with you? You happy, Shanty?
Beautiful. I'm better.
Okay,
I'm
hey.
happy.
Yeah, a lot better actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I have been using Keisha's detaching as well.
That shit works.
At work. At work, they've been getting on my nerves, and I just detach. I detach. Like, not today, Satan. Get behind thee because we are not doing this today. Detach, and I start doing whatever I want to do. Like even this past Friday, I was watching something. I said, "Oh no! They started early." I said, "No! It's Friday before the holiday. Detach." And I turned on YouTube. Yep. And I seen something. And then I was on FaceTime with my two friends that we work together with her. And I was on FaceTime. She's like, "Why are you over there smiling?" I'm like, "Cause I love singing videos, and this makes me happy." She said, "You know what? I love that about you. You just block out everything you do what you like to do. You always gonna have a good time, and you just gonna be you." And I said, "Yep, yes." Like you gotta detach and do.
People be like, "Why you smiling to the bullshit?" Cause
you
don't apply to me. It don't apply to me.
Like, girl, I need a tag for work.
Detach.
This video is making me smile. I'm happy watching this.
Right.
So yes. So yeah. Also, in addition to that, I am in a relationship. Yay! Remember the guy I said?
Yes, that she was.
Dating?
I'm gonna enjoy the company while I have it.
Keisha, we don't need to do that. Yeah, I did say that. I tried to have a better outlook after our conversation.
Good, I'm glad.
And now
here she is.
I'm in a relationship.
So y'all official.
We are official.
It is official.
Yeah, I actually found out we were in love before we were official.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Let's
talk about it happened at the same time.
It
happened at the same time.
Come on, let's
okay. So
yeah.
this is
let's hear about this.
Okay, this is how it happened. Long story short, I decided to send him.
She wrote that Taurus magic out. Go
an edible arrangement one day at work. I was like, he's working hard, make sure I'm good. Let me send him something to make him smile at work. Wrote a nice little message on there. He got it. He called me like, "Did you send me?" I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, "Oh my God." He just didn't know what to say. He was just like, I'm so embarrassed. I could tell he was smiling though, but he works around a lot of guys. So I'm like, okay. And so he was like, "I'll call you back." He called me back and he was like, "Man, ain't nobody ever did anything like this for me." He was like, "Man, I just didn't know what to say." I said, "I know that's hard for you, huh? Because you always have something you talk about." So he was like, "Yeah, I just did, man. I'm just, man, you don't even know." So then he kind of was like, "I don't want this to be weird, but when I be hanging up, sometimes I'll be wanting to tell you I love you and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, it's mutual." And then we kind of just let that conversation die. And later he was like, "All right, fuck it." He was like, "Shantis Nicole Crawford, I love you."
Aww.
And I love you too. And then so we never had the official conversation that we were together, but since then he's telling everybody I'm his girl. And we had a conversation like, well, we were talking about like somebody walking around with leggings that you can see through. Cause I was like, "Oh yeah," I said, "Oh, I can see straight through her leggings." I was like, "This she ain't got no panties on because I'm be wearing no panties of mine." And he said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Well, that's the kind of stuff you wear when you're single."
Just in case you didn't
know. Exactly. I said, "Oh,
so you don't wear them."
So you should. Oh, okay. Okay, so I am really okay. So yeah, it happened at the same time, and I didn't know. Guys, I guess they don't announce everything like, "Hey, we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna sit down and talk about this." But here we are.
Here we are.
That's exciting.
Exclusive.
Yeah, it is exciting.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy. Look at this, all this happiness. Look, this joyful love. We adore thee.
Okay.
Sister Act, no?
Yeah, I like Sister Act.
You didn't want to
She don't never like when we singing happy. Like she be killing it. Like
I'm sorry, don't let me kill you guys. But
you did, but that's okay. We're gonna detach.
Start over. Don't care about that. Tell us to start over. Are you gonna join us?
Yeah. I'm gonna join this time.
I don't believe that's no redo.
You think this is a joke?
She does.
Next time I'm ready.
No,
it's gonna be the same shit.
Yeah, Keisha love playing with our emotions, and I don't have time for it
today. Always.
I am so excited. You know what I did want to say? I mean, it's probably not really a topic, but anyway. I've been listening to a lot of men lately. Well, I've really been listening. But anyway, it's just like women, what are we doing out here? Like, I think that we be saying that we love these men and we just don't, because like if you listen to men and they be like, oh, I've never had a girl, do something I really, really, really like, or I've been dating people for an extended period of time and she never did anything, and I'm like, who the fuck are y'all dating that's not doing anything? Like, men not doing something for a woman, okay.
Because women think that it's a one-sided thing.
No, but it's like
a lot of women do.
It's a lot. Well,
I know,
Keisha,
you and I, we're
okay.
not like that.
I feel like it's in a woman's nature.
From a lot of men. Mm-hmm.
Because
I get it from a lot of men. They think they're the prize. They're supposed to be courted. Everything's supposed to be for them. Them.
Subconsciously, I kind of felt that way by not doing things. So one time I went to the gas station, and Twan, he always gets the left Twix because he said the right Twix ain't shit.
Oh, they used to have a commercial about that.
Right.
Oh, I'm like, where you get that from?
Yeah, they used to have a commercial about getting the left
Twix. So I went to the store and I picked him up a left Twix. And you would have thought I said his ass an edible arrangement.
Are you for real?
Yeah. He was just like,
stuff like that.
He was just like, damn. He was like, that really just made my fucking day. And I was like, oh, he was like, because you thought about me. Like, and I was like, oh.
Okay, like you said, I guess I was under the assumption that it's in every woman's nature to do this thing.
Say the same things all the time. They say, I hear it all the time.
Like, I listen to you to hear the shit you don't say, like random ass shit. Like, you be like, oh, I like blueberries, and then you go on about other big shit you like. Oh, I want these Jordans. Bitch, I'm gonna go get the blueberries. You might get the Jordans, but I'm gonna get the blueberries and the Jordans. So I like to give. And that's probably okay. So I've had an issue with dealing with this because it has been deemed that giving is a masculine trait, and I've had to like work with that because I am like a genuine giver. Like, I love giving to my partner. Like,
why don't you just give different things?
I like that too, though.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, like
different things.
I don't know, like,
Just
so what do you know?
Things or something?
No, what do you usually give?
Everything. No, bitch, I give everything.
My soul,
I
serve it up. On a platter, there you go.
Here I am. I mean, outside of everything. Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, it could be okay. So, like, the last gift I gave, a person I was talking to kept looking on Amazon for like the little putt shit. I got the like little golf putt indoors, and like kept looking at it, mentioned it a couple times, and I was like, okay, whatever. And so I was like, I feel like being nice today. Looked up his address, had it in my phone for one day, had to go way back through the messages to get the address. Got the address, sent it to him through Amazon with a nice little note. Hey, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. This putt thing cost me like $40, whatever. Showed it to the house. It was like, dang. He was like, what I owe you for? I'm like, you don't owe me anything. I just want to let you know I appreciate you. He was like,
oh, I see how that could be a masculine.
So it's just kind of like, and so now walk around the house playing putt all day because like he enjoys the gift, but it's just kind of like
I'm supposed to do that for you.
I don't necessarily want to say you can do those things.
No, but most men think I'm supposed to be the giver.
Because, but, I'm not telling you not to be the giver.
Don't know how to receive.
Yeah, and I'm don't get me wrong, I'm a woman who definitely knows how to receive. You can give all the gifts you want. I'm in a receiving mode too. It's just I like giving gifts, and I don't know how to like
turn it off.
And it's not just to my man; it's to anybody. Like if one of y'all say some random shit, and I'm out and I see it, I'm gonna get it, and like, oh, I got you this. So. It's just I like to give gifts. I get enjoyment giving gifts, and I'm just like it's probably a masculine part of my trait that I'm just gonna have to keep because I don't think I can.
Or maybe give a little less
of what?
I don't know, maybe.
Like a piece of candy. Like I don't.
No, I mean like don't do it as much as you.
Oh, I don't do it as much as I used to.
She's learned.
Yeah, because I realized that it's turning to, me constantly giving to you and you never receive.
Nobody's reciprocating.
Yeah, you're not reciprocating. Exactly. And that's the thing because it can be very dangerous because I'm like, I shouldn't have to cut off a part of who I am. Me giving gifts is a part of who I am, which is why I say I battle with masculine and feminine because I'm like, I enjoy giving you enjoyment. And it don't have to be nothing expensive. It could be just minute shit. Like
a left Twix.
Yeah, like I bought this same person a little pill organizer. Shit was $2 on Amazon. He was so freaking happy. Because he's like, I just don't even know what pill to take anymore. Like, we're getting to that age. You don't know what to take. Okay. So that's my thing, like $2 pill. And that's what I said. It doesn't matter what the gift is. It's just, it was something you didn't have to get. Somebody thought about you, and like
Mm-hmm.
if I got random gifts sent to my house with random shit, I said, I'm marrying you. If you want to get married,
That happens to me. Swan
Okay.
listen to what I say. Swan listen
I'll
to what
marry
I
you.
say, and I'll get a package, and I'll be like, that's what made me realize, bitch, you got to do better. Like, even if it's something simple, like,
Mhm.
so I tried my best. I'm cheap, right? So I tried my best. This was
We know.
Father's Day. He talked about this cologne. Oh, like this cologne was in Ulta.
Cologne was very expensive.
What the fuck?
It is very.
Cologne is
It
very
was like $200.
Good
Yeah.
cologne is very
Like,
expensive.
so I had my friend, she lived on that side. So I was
Mhm.
like, girl, can you pick it up? She was like, cool, girl, I got you. And so he didn't expect. I was like, oh, he was talking about this shit, and I was about to get it, and he about to see it and be happy.
What do you think your husband's love language is?
That's a good question.
I don't know if I can explain it, but I know it. Like, I can't, like, verbalize it.
Okay.
So, like, can you ask me, like, some questions to come up prior to it?
Actually, she doesn't have a worksheet.
I'm
You
just
need to
saying.
Okay. Well, I mean, what makes him really excited?
Oh,
I guess that-
see?
yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
To be thought about.
In what way?
Anyway.
Like-
Just to show that he
So
was
if you come
thought
home,
of.
give him a massage, like, hey, I know
Yes.
you was complaining about your back hurt.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Yeah, just the thought of somebody else taking the time to think about him, no matter how long or what it is, just a simple thought of him that I took, because I'm so self-absorbed. If I just took a few moments to do something to not think about myself, and speak like
So his love language is acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
That to do
That's
something.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do or say or
Yeah.
Okay.
to just be thought of. Yeah.
That's good.
And that's not hard to do. Like, that's not something like, oh, damn, how the fuck I'm supposed to do? Like, I can do that. It's like, bitch, you can stop for a moment and think about somebody other than yourself. So, other than yourself and your kids.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's easy. Like, I can do that. But I be struggling sometimes.
Keisha, why are you like? She's like, okay.
No, that's honest. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I be struggling. Because it's like, we have a hard time as human beings. Like, you have your life and what's going on with you over here, and they got what's going on with them, and then you come together, and it's like, can you do this? Do you not know what I had going on? It's like, we don't really. You have to take a moment and put yourself in other people's shoes. Be like, okay, damn, they do this. I don't think we do enough of that, because it's like he works and it's physical stress. I work and I'm mentally tired. So for him, he's like, man, I've been on my fucking feet all day. You've been sitting in that chair for 8 hours. Wait a minute.
They don't get it. Yeah.
Wait a
You
minute.
let the hard labor get that's your mind. Yeah. Oh
and
my
then I got a
God.
3-year-old that's walking around talking about Uppy, and I'm like, I'm on the call. I don't care, Uppy now. And I'm like, and they crying in the back. Oh, is that your little one in the back? I hate when it don't be
when they acknowledge it. When they acknowledge it,
I'm like, I didn't say shit about your motherfucking dog.
Wow. Really?
Picture.
It escalated like that.
Yes, I'd be so pissed. Like, don't acknowledge my background. Like, like, that's not what
it
I
ain't
want
really
you to
supposed
hear.
to be going on. And
Yeah, but you know it's COVID, so so
yeah.
he don't really get it. I'm like, I had to say, listen, I know yours is physical and you be on your feet. It's not magnetic.
Yeah, let me put it back up there. Okay, we back.
Oh,
Sorry guys, my eyelashes falling
and
off.
this is somebody's not like Ashley. It's not magnetic.
It's not magnetic.
Don't you love that? Don't you love your magnetic lashes? I thought they were the best thing ever. Like,
Just so y'all know.
Y'all gonna get y'all some magnetic.
Shade all day.
Look,
Just so y'all know.
You know what?
I'm magnetic.
When
and
you
I
got
ain't got no
magnetic, you
trouble.
can just readjust. Okay, we back.
But yours
I
not
think-
magnetic, right? Yeah, they're magnetic.
they are magnetic.
But they're falling off, so they don't work.
Oh,
Ashley.
no, you're not gonna do them.
You're
Like
not gonna do that because these magneted over here.
But hers is falling off.
She probably just ain't put enough line.
I probably didn't. I think I put too far. Okay. Okay, we back. Okay, we back.
Anyway, so yeah, that's just that we don't understand each other's days or whatever. But it's really the same. One's just physical, one, emotional and mentally draining. But it's cool. I think we're doing a better job of that. Okay, this is gonna be real short. But he said something to me, because we just moved and it was a horrible move because we didn't plan. So
That's
it just
real.
it just really put us in a space. And he said something to me like I think we were kind of like slick beefing before. I don't even know about what, but we had periods of beef. And he said to me, He said, "Do you know we are our best when we have adversity? When we're in adversity, when we face adversity, we are our best." And I was like, "Yeah, because we come together on one accord." And I was like, "Because
you got a bigger
right,
picture.
right, like there is no way that you could be on one page and I'm supposed to be on the other. Like we
Right.
could not fucking make it. It's just like
Mhm.
we just boil down and really just stick together." And he was like, "That's why we probably make it." I said, "Because we're always in adversity. Like this is what you want."
Wow.
Is it? This is what I was looking in the back of my head. Like
We
we
function
always,
and dysfunction.
Right.
like that's honestly when we are our best. And I said because we realize at the end of the day, it's just me and you.
Mhm.
Like it's just me. Like we in
Got
this
each
shit.
other, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
I'm just like, but I ain't
We all
trying
we
to
got.
be in adversity. Look,
We all we got.
and that's really the mentality. Because moving, like every friend know this. Like your help is nice. But I'm not gonna ask you because when it's your turn to move,
I
I'm
don't
not
wanna
gonna
help
buy
you.
right. Now, if you ask
Mhm.
me, that's different. But I'm damn sure not gonna volunteer to help you because that shit is
Nobody
not
likes moving.
right. And we get that, so
No
we
one.
not about to be like, "Hey, can you help me?"
Literally, no one.
Yeah, no, we just gonna tuck that shit out unless we just absolutely cannot do it or someone like just volunteers. But even if you volunteer, like, and he had this one friend that was like, "Oh, okay, y'all moving." Oh, all right. It's like the nigga wanted him to ask him to help.
No, he didn't want him to.
So why do you keep
Why
saying
would he
shit
even say
about
nothing,
it?
though? Why wouldn't he just?
I don't know.
Just like, bro, and
Because
then,
it ain't the fact that I want you to ask me.
no, because it's
Like,
like,
right,
no,
yeah,
because
why
he
would
knows
you
we're
not
not
say
going to ask. So it's like, damn, I hope he don't ask me. But why the fuck do you keep talking about it? Because we're not gonna ask you,
Right.
Like, because, like I said, when it's your turn, I damn sure don't want to help you.
No, because when he gonna say, "Well, y'all never told me y'all needed help."
Exactly, and we're not going because we've had this conversation as friends, like nigga.
Mhm.
If you need me, I'm gonna be there, but I'm not gonna fucking volunteer. Like that's just real. Like we just got to understand amongst each other. Like it's
Listen,
cool.
the best amount of money that you could ever spend on a move is to hire movers. Just do it.
And I'm hiring a cleaning service. Do you?
I am very grateful to have a stepfather who gets it done, and I appreciate him so much. You don't understand. He just came right on in my mother's life and made all of us happy because every time someone on my car, every time, and he's a man's man. He's good with his hands, handyman. So he does everything, landscape, anything you need around the house. Every time something's wrong, this outlet. Oh, hold on, I'll be there when I get off work. Oh, so I'm going to I'll be there. All right, I'll be there. Bring it over. I need my brace done. Bring it on over. Just anything. When we move, that's what I'm most grateful for because he doesn't understand. And it's like nothing to him. He like, all right, he'll call like some of his friends, or if he'll call like a cousin, whoever he can call them and help him, like one or two people. And I ain't gotta do nothing but carry my little stuff in, and he got it. Like what day we moving, he either use his truck and then U-Haul, just his truck transporting back and forth, or just whatever. But he gonna get it done. And I'm so grateful. So great. Every time I move, I ain't got it. Oh,
that moving is
it's amazing.
It'll take something about you, baby. You be like,
your soul,
right? And that's why I have decided to get a cleaning lady. People be like getting and a nanny. A cleaning lady. People think those are for rich people, like.
To clean a place to come in and out of, like,
because I just got so much going on, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to neglect those areas. It's just like, and the nanny is not to take care of my kids. It's just to be there because I work so much.
Yeah,
you know. So if I don't want to leave them at the house by themselves, and I want to make sure they get to bed on time and they fucking eat. But and I think that's why DeMar don't want to come home because I have put that responsibility on him.
Yeah.
So live your best life, baby. Don't worry, Mama gonna take care of that. But the cleaning lady is not going to clean their room and their bathroom. You still got to do that shit. But everything else,
responsibility,
she gonna get. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't the type of life you live in because I didn't get to live that life. You still gotta, still gotta learn. But give me a motherfucking cleaning lady. She gonna come every week. Do you hear me?
Listen,
some people had it.
And I'm just gonna fit it into my bills. I do everything else I want. I have to just budget.
I think at this point, whatever creates peace of mind for you,
amen,
you have to do.
Yes, like I don't care how much it is. If I'm going to be at peace,
pay for it.
I'm like, how much you charge to help me
pay
move?
For it?
Gotcha.
Pay for it. No,
yeah, that is where I'm at. And it's so funny because I'm a little tight with the coins, but I have eased up off of them because my peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's real. Well, why actually reflects on her peace of mind.
Let me
Oh,
reflect.
but I can tell that's happening. Okay, guys, so I have a couple of questions.
Oh, questions. You like questions?
And I want to see how you guys feel about it.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is, how do you feel? I guess it's like a loaded question.
Okay.
I think it's even more than two parts. So, okay, so how do you feel, about dating outside of your race? People dating outside of your race, right? Not even just you, just people in general. B, um, how if you okay, so if someone doesn't accept that or whatever, how do you think should it affect how you feel about that person? So say I'm in a in relationship, maybe I'll say a white man because it's not likely, but okay. So I'm in a relationship with a white man and my family disapproves. Do you think I should take their thoughts into consideration? If it's my mom, who I love, or should I just,
Kurt, it's an
what
easy
should I do with
question.
that? Yeah. Or just anything, dating anybody outside of race. Like, how do y'all feel about
I'm for it. I would date if I were not married. I would date outside my race. And
that?
I
Oh,
would
you actually would?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would date outside my race. I would not care what my family thought. Those are their feelings. It does not have any bearings on my relationship. If they feel so strongly that they don't want us to come around, then we won't be around. I used to love family and want family, everything. Fuck family.
Damn.
Okay.
So food.
Faith, right.
Fuck the family. No, for real.
Terry,
No, for
right.
real. Fuck the family because
Family, fuck my husband. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not gonna need y'all to bring it back to that. Cause you know these young kids don't know what I'm talking about.
Y'all better go watch Soul Food, the movie, not the series.
With age.
Exactly. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, but for real, because like, if you really think about it, do you see your family every single day? Do you talk to them every single day? Do they pay your bills? What they eat don't make you shit, right? So they 2 cents ain't paying nothing over here. Girl, bye.
Okay.
No, I cares nothing about it. Take none of that into consideration.
Okay.
Well, then. Okay. My answer is a little more complicated.
Figured.
I'm gonna release some biases.
Okay. Figured. Because I have them
You
as
guys
well.
can drop your comments below. I'm very well open to them. I have done my self-reflection, and it probably is not gonna change anything that I'm feeling. But by all means, go ahead. As
Straight
a
up.
black woman, I
Mhm.
would love
Mhm.
to be in a relationship with a black man.
Mhm.
That's because that's what I want. I am also to the age where I am open to realizing that my husband may not be in a black man. So I am open to dating outside of my race. I do not personally give a shit what my family says about whom I'm dating because this is what I'm choosing to do. Now, when it comes to black men dating, particularly white women,
Mhm.
I do have a bias about that. I am not going to lie. And the reason why, for those who want to know, is that I don't feel like it is always, I didn't say never, but always based on love. I do believe that white women have been conditioned to date a certain type of black man, usually a baller, an athlete, a doctor, someone with financial stability and security. There's nothing wrong with that. All women should date for financial stability. I do believe in hypergamy, which means, marry up. However, I feel like there are a lot of black women who understand black men
Mhm.
and their life, their upbringing, the struggles with their mother and father, and they truly do love black men, and they get ignored because they're
For
not
who you
always
are.
accepted. Sometimes, whether some black men want to admit this or not, they have a hatred towards some black women, whether it be their mother or whomever.
Mhm.
I also feel that white is right and there's a certain level of success that comes with dating a white woman. I'm only particularly speaking on these two races. There are multiple races that you can date out of. They don't bother me as much, but this one does. Just because of the history of white women lying about black men, sleeping with black men, lying about them to their husbands, and getting black men castrated and lynched in the courtyard will forever be resonant for me. Okay? Now, the reason why I have a bias about black women and black men is that it takes a lot for a black woman to date outside her race. She doesn't particularly want to. It comes a time and an age where she's like, well, shit, maybe my husband ain't a black man. Maybe I should open my plethora of options here. And that is usually when she finds someone of another race. That's not because she wanted to. She probably stayed strong to this fight for a very long time. Okay? But if you ask the majority of black women, they're going to tell you, I want to marry a black man. I personally have never met a woman say right off the bat, I want to marry anybody. It's just, I would prefer to marry a black man, and then she realized that may not be her life. And so I do believe we should be open. Like I said, if you love who you love, no matter what the race is, that's fine. But sometimes people love, and we need to be real with ourselves. It's not based on love. It's always based on financial security.
Wait, did you take the eyelash off?
We're not gonna talk about that. We're talking about You're not gonna do that.
First of all, it should be a petty because
you really
took that
I did not.
She did. You see it right here on the
table.
table.
I didn't. I was like,
you knew.
Oh, I knew what I asked. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, sometimes you should ask things in your head before they come out.
I was like, did you say that?
You said, wait, did you say that?
Sorry, go ahead.
I can't even go back to what I was talking.
More shade to these eyelashes.
Right.
Ashley is on out the road.
That is my business. Like college athletes who come out with white girlfriends right out the gate. That don't sit well with me.
I think it's important that you share why. Like when you said, you know, that them being lynched will forever resonate with you. Always. That really gives.
Always.
It just really gives it like a little bit more validity of why you feel that way. Not just like
there are numerous stories. Even Tiger Woods and his wife, like he cheated.
He don't even think he black.
It doesn't matter. It don't matter what he thinks.
Exactly. That's
what the world has deemed him to be. Okay, what they say, 1% drop. Oh, that's all it took. So whether Tiger thinks he's black or not, it's completely up to Tiger. OJ didn't think he was black either, but here we are. So what I was saying was, okay, is that Tiger goes and cheats on his wife. Of course, she knew that was coming because this is what, people in that industry do. They're open to a majority of women. And then she gets one of the highest paid settlements in divorces, $146 million. She get the house, tear down the house, said shit got termites, rebuilds the fucking house. And it was like, he's okay. Like, it was like, no problem. I'll give her my money. This bitch was a nanny. Like, I'm not trying to downgrade her career because career does not matter. But at the end of the day,
she was the nanny.
She was a nanny. Like, it was
the
just
one he cheated with, or the one he
the
married?
one he married. So it was like, of course, no, there's nothing wrong with you marrying for financial gain. I say it all the time. Stability is financial stability is important. However, it's just like if a black woman is dating a black man and they divorce, it's like, oh, that bitch shouldn't get nothing. She went in the gym shooting with him. What? Like, sir, y'all giving white women $146 million and the black woman don't deserve nothing. Just like you just don't like black women, keep it moving. Like, for
say
real.
what it is.
So I mean, like I said, everybody is entitled. I'm aware of my biases.
I actually have the exact same sense of sorry. I can't even say anything extra. Like, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like you should date who you want. I feel like everything that Keisha said. I've never seen my life with a white man. However, if I felt I was in the 08, like, all right, bro, let me just open this up. Let me just open the dating pool up. Let me give them a chance. I feel that way when black men date white women. I do. And then also another thing is, first of all, it's way more of us than it is them, right? So we want to find a good black man that's not already taken and all that. So we already have a slim dating pool. And then you want to date a white woman, and now we have even less to. Yeah, it's just so many things.
Men are very open about dating outside of their race.
Yes,
and I would never knock them for that. It's just when you date that particular race. because of the history that was
That's
involved
funny
in it.
because
The Indian people, Native Americans, people from India weren't hanging us.
Exactly.
They weren't castrating us. We don't still got beef with Indian people, Pakistani people, Afghanistan people. We don't have beef with them. Now, they may not like us because what the media show them, but they weren't lynching us.
Exactly. They
us,
weren't doing that.
And knowing their wife got broke off by a black dude and lynching his ass in the courtyard. I'm sorry. I can't get past it. I just can't. I don't know how black men are getting past it, but whatever.
It's funny because it's like I have some biases when it comes to certain things about people and race. But when it comes to dating, like, I mean, dating a white man would not be my first choice, but it wouldn't, like, I would probably like Latino, you know what I'm saying? That kind of race or whatever. But, I mean, it's weird. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I don't have those same sentiments when it comes to dating a white guy. But when it comes to, like, other cultural shit, like, I'd be like, I have a little bias against white people. Twan calls me racist all the time.
The oppressed can never be racist. Say it. Sorry.
Pause. Really?
Okay.
No.
You
can't go through years of racism, years of segregation, years of being. Anytime black people try to build their own communities, like, you know, people say we should, y'all should get your own. And we've had Tulsa, we've had multiple places where we built our own communities, and white people have come in and burnt them bitches down, destroyed it, and killed our people. Every single time. Anytime we make a leeway in anything, it was black people couldn't go to school. And then we get the opportunity to go get education. And so what you do is make it unaffordable and pull out student loans on our ass. White people aren't taking out student loans like black people are. Their family can afford that shit for why, I don't understand. Probably because they got long slavery money, but that's for another day. And then black people graduate from college in $100,000 worth of debt for a BS, literally bullshit degree, and can't buy homes while white people are buying their children homes. We're oppressed. We can never be racist because the world has been strategically set up to keep black people down. So we can't be racist. We never can. Sorry. We can be biased. There's a difference.
What's the difference?
Racism is me telling you I hate all white people. Bias is telling me I have a certain preference of why I feel the way that I feel about black men dating white women. I didn't say I hate all white women. I think they date strategically smart as fuck. I'm never going to tell a white woman she was wrong for dating a man with money. That would be stupid on my part. I would never tell you that. Me saying I hate white women would be racist. I'm not racist. I'm biased. I don't give a shit about white women when they date white men. That's the difference. So
bias is that you okay? That's good. We're educating the people.
You making some good points now. Right. You better pie today. I know you been pie today.
Y'all can drop y'all comments underneath that. It ain't gonna change my point of view. There are some biases I'm aware of that I have that I'm like, you know what, Keisha, check yourself and work on that shit. But there are some that it doesn't matter what the fuck you tell me. I ain't never gonna change my mind on that. And this is one of them. She's standing on it. She's gonna die on that hill, y'all. I do.
Standing tall on that bitch
every day. I know too many good black women outside of degrees, your accomplishment, but genuinely good black women that could be chosen and are not. And then a black man will get with a white woman and get fucked over. And those same black women that you didn't want will fight on your behalf, like we did for Kobe when he was. Y'all sensitive about Kobe, so we ain't gonna go there.
They are sensitive about so he cheated on his wife, and then the lady lied that it was rape.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I.
But she was a white lady. And my thing is, who comes to the protection of black men continuously after getting bullshitted on by black men? And I would love to say that this is not a normal topic, but it is. Black women forever on the front lines of black men getting killed by police officers, black men getting lynched by white women, black men getting torn up by the world by white people, and we get shitted on by our own men continuously. And it may not be a personal effect. The men in my life are great to me, but it's an overall collective senses that I see over and over again. And I am so passionate about this. That's why I say it will never matter what you put underneath a comment because I will never be racist. I will always be biased about this particular situation. And until you can prove to me otherwise, which you can't because history is history.
Okay.
Here we are. I'm sorry.
Do y'all know this is kind of off the subject.
I mean, it's fine.
But
should
did
say
y'all
her
know they
piece.
stopped talking about They stopped teaching about Christopher Columbus?
They should have, because it was a lie.
I know, but like, damn,
It was a lie.
Because
But did you also know they start teaching about Black history?
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
It's okay. What
The
educator?
little Black history.
Yeah, they
that
stopped
were
talking. No, they
teaching.
stopped talking about the Ku Klux Klan. Because they didn't want it to be seen wrong. Anyways, let's go on with these questions.
I'm sorry. Next question. That took on like
That was good though.
No.
That was good.
That's a history lesson.
Bam. Right.
I was good with that. All right. So the last question. This should be short, simple answer, I guess. Okay. So how do you feel about someone being? This is a situation I heard. I'll tell you the situation. Okay. So guy and a girl, they created a baby, right? And they were like 15 at the time. Guy dips, like, nah, I don't want this baby. She want to keep the baby. Guy dips, right? And then he like, nah, I don't want this baby or whatever. So when he dips and say he don't want the baby, she dates then his best friend. I don't know if it's to get back at him or whatever, but they end up together and married, right? But the guy that dipped, he felt the way, so he said, oh, y'all can have that. He don't want to be a part of nothing. Forget the baby and everything, because it was like he was gonna take care of the baby or whatever. He goes on to have 3 other kids in their lives, amazing father, everything. But he was writing in to the show to see how should he contact the girl is 16 now, the child they had. Should he contact her? Is he a horrible person for doing this? Basically that. And he just said, this is why I did it. And that's it. So how do you feel about someone being an amazing father to all their kids, but except that one, whatever happened in that one relationship or whatever kid, but they're amazing. They do everything for the other kids. How do you feel? Do you still think that makes them a good father? And then also, do you think they should get the chance to know them? Like, do you think he should be able to come back in her life and get the chance to know her? Being that, and she doesn't even know that she has another father. She thinks that man is her father, the best friend. And if they do come back, would they forever be considered? This is a loaded question as well. Will they ever be considered a good father? Like, will they forever be considered deadbeat? Or can they like turn things around? You like, okay, well, you can't, even though she's 16, you came back and finally did what's right. Okay.
I think we're gonna have different,
go ahead.
different answers.
Y'all faces say a lot.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So that was loaded.
I'm like, I thought it was gonna be simple. I kept going like, oh, they're not.
Okay, so let me just address the background of the story.
Okay.
He can't. The father can't be like, well, fuck you. I ain't gonna take care of the baby because y'all got together. First of all, you left. Like, what the fuck you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one piece. The second piece is like, it doesn't matter that she dated you're young. Same thing with him leaving. Like, you're young, whatever. Okay, if you want to get back in her life, that's cool. I don't think there is a problem with him coming back into her life. Well, it might be. It just depends on how that child is now because she's fine now, but
she doesn't know.
But it could potentially be a problem once he enters. So, I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with him wanting to do it, but that's just something that they all got to be like, damn, we might need to be ready for this. I don't think he would be considered a deadbeat dad because a deadbeat dad does nothing. He does take care of his other children. He is a great father to his other children. So I wouldn't label him a deadbeat dad. I wouldn't label him the greatest father in the world. But because obviously what you did to that other child was wrong. I just think the actions are wrong. I wouldn't label him a deadbeat dad. Okay. Should he have the right to come back into her life? I'm going to say not necessarily. Like, I felt like you made that decision a long time ago.
Because that would shake up her life.
Yeah, I think it should be.
I mean, I know it's built on a lie, but that's been her life. For
yeah,
60 years.
I think he should. Yeah. I don't think he should have the mentality of that's my baby. I'm coming back now. No, I don't think he should have that right. I think there should be a conversation had between her parents, and the biological father, and I think they should kind of decide. I don't know. I feel mixed. I feel like I would have to be in a situation to really give that answer, but that's how I feel about it now.
Okay.
Keisha.
She just started her look.
She should been on her soapbox today. Come
this
on.
shit up. Let's go.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay. I think that the best way for him to approach this situation, since he decided to leave, would be to, like Ashley was saying, contact the mother and father and state that, hey, I know that I made a mistake when I was 15. I would like to be a part of my daughter's life. You know, I know this is a lot for y'all because y'all built a family. Think about that. Let me know what you think. And at that point, that power will be completely up to the parents now, because you forfeited that power. You can't come in and disrupt somebody's life because now you choose to be something that you didn't want to be when you had the opportunity. So that would be one part. Do I think that makes you a deadbeat father because you're taking care of your other kids and not this one particular kid? No, I'm glad that you have grown to be a better father. And I do believe in, especially when you're willing and want to go and make your right, or make your wrong a right. I wouldn't say you're a deadbeat. You just made poor decisions, and we tend to do that from time to time. I'm passionate about this particular topic because this is the topic of my life and my father's life and my sister and my brother and whatever. My dad has other kids before me and my brother, and they may have a different version of their father than I have of my father. I think my father is amazing. They may not say the same, just due to their upbringing. I just think that sometimes we have to be understanding to the fact that people make poor decisions no matter how old they are. And if they're willing to come back and be a better person, then I think that we should give them that opportunity to do that. So I have this conversation often with people whose fathers were not present. And it may sound bad because it's like, your daddy was there. But I'm like, yeah, he was for me, but he got kids he wasn't. And I talk to them kids and I see how that shit worked out. So I feel like even though I may not personally experience both sides, I do see both sides. So what I'm saying is yeah, your dad may have been shitty, but how do you unshit yourself if nobody's willing to give you the opportunity to do that? And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say people are not going to walk away, because there's a lot of shame that comes with that. There's a lot of guilt that comes with that. It's a lot of questions about why weren't you there? Why didn't you love me enough? Why didn't you find me important enough to reach out? And that shit may not have anything to do with you as a human being. Like, how somebody treats you is personal with them. It's some shit they're going through. It's not always just about you. And I'm to a place where I can see that. I think sometimes the people who are going through don't always know that. Because it's kind of like, I don't give a fuck. If you love me enough, you would. And I'm not going to disagree with that. Maybe. I don't fucking know. But if somebody is trying to enter into your life and be a better person, then open up some boundaries to allow them to do that. And
y'all know what? The Lord put this together because I'm just including you all on this project that we're going to do. We're gonna find my sister.
I'm like, I was like,
look, I'm looking like, excuse me.
We're gonna find my sister. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my daddy had ghetto twins. And I don't think he necessarily made the decision not to be in his daughter's life. I think more so the mama just got the fuck on and remarried. And so I've never met her. I don't know what the fuck she looks like. But my other sister, they did talk once upon a time. But like same thing with my daddy. He wasn't there really. Well, no, him and my daddy's he's always done the right thing by marrying him, but he's been married quite a few times. So yeah, he was with my other sister's mom. They were married. They got a divorce. But I guess once they divorced, what he did is he was always in jail for not paying child support. So I guess he would be considered a deadbeat dad to her. He wasn't necessarily deadbeat with me and my brother because financially he was there. Now the emotional support,
okay,
you know what I mean. But yeah, like
you only give what you.
Yeah, and so I've tried. Like I have really no connection with my father's family. So like he didn't give a shit about them. He didn't give a shit. I mean that's just how we grew up. But I've dabbled and dabbled about finding my sister, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna let y'all know what's up.
All right.
I just put y'all in there.
Okay, I'm excited about that. I'm gonna look for a good reunion. So okay, I'll weigh in on this because I'm on the other side of things here.
The pendulum swings.
Yes, it does. All right. So is is he definitely wrong for being away? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because at any point, 3 years, 6 years, okay, you could have come back. You could have come. Okay, damn, I fucked up. Let me come back. You know, had other kids. You wait till she's 16 to finally make a decision. Yes, you are completely wrong for that being the reason. That okay, yeah, you're hurt. Your feelings are hurt. That ain't got nothing to do with that child. That child did not ask to be here.
True.
All right, bam. Does that make him a deadbeat? I feel like maybe not deadbeat. Maybe I'll just say a bad father.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not a deadbeat because they did experience something else, those other kids. But a bad father, truly. You can't be a good father. You're not getting good father, like you said, good father of the year. Oh no, you're not doing that because you can't be a good father if you're not a father to all of your children. And I being on the other side of that, where my father just walked on out and decided to have be with a whole new family because they were already a family, and then add to that family and forget the family you had, your kids that you had. I would say, okay, so say, he wanted to come back, even if he were alive at this stage in my life. I would let him only because I know that's an important relationship. Mm-hmm. And I do crave that relationship. And although you fucked up all 34 years of my life or, whatever before you pass, I'm still open to it because you're half of me. Mm-hmm. And why wouldn't I want to, mm-hmm. even though, I would still try, I at least try. However, I do feel like if I were to say, no, I don't want to try, that's my right. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that would be valid as well. Absolutely. Like you can't okay, don't come blowing up this life and no, that's where you wanted to be. You stay over there. I feel like now it's up to me. The ball is in my court if I want you in my life or not because you fumbled. Yeah. The first half.
And you get to choose how much in your life. Mm-hmm. Just to protect yourself, create boundaries. And I tell mm-hmm. people that who are in that experience, like, just because you let somebody in doesn't mean I have to go into, oh, you're my mom or you're my dad and I love you like the
first
world.
Name basis.
Yeah, no, it could be me starting off with, hey, Susie, happy birthday or happy Mother's Day. And even if you only get 2 text messages from me from the year that says happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, bitch, that was a start. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. You have to let me control mm-hmm. and protect my boundaries because you have went over them when you left. Like, mm-hmm. you know what I'm saying? I had to build a life without you. So I get to choose. And I think that's how parents who have left or were not a part of their kids' life should enter in. I don't deserve to have this opportunity. I'm grateful that you gave it to me. What does that look like for you? Where I'm not overstepping the boundaries. Yep. I can't all of a sudden decide I want to be a parent and be like, well, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Because now it's like, well, where the fuck was you for 30 or 16 years of my life when I need to know what the fuck to do? Mm-hmm. So you, even if you want to, because you are that person now to your other kids where you can tell them that's mm-hmm. not the relationship you have with that kid. Mm-hmm. And people have to learn their boundaries. And people have to communicate them to their parent. And it's a lot of work, and that's why I think a lot of people don't do it. It's a lot of shame, it's a mm-hmm. lot of guilt, it's a lot of rejection because nobody likes to be rejected. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of like if you are I'm grown as a human being and I left my kid and I'm trying to come back and you tell me I don't want no parts of you, but I feel like you should because I made you. It's conflict there. It's gonna be conflict because mm-hmm. a lot of older people were taught no matter how shitty your parent is, you love them because they're your parent. And that's not how we grew. That's not how we growing up now. We like, if you suck, you suck.
You saying fuck them family,
right? Yeah. So it's just different, but it takes both parties to be involved. And I say that all the time. Like, it's just disheartening to hear people like, well, why they want to come back now? Like, I've done everything. And I'm like, yeah, you're like 40, but if you live to be 80 and they live for 30 more years, that's 30 more years we could have had a relationship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and the whole point is why I feel the way that I feel about this. Like I said, I'm on the other pendulum. It's that what people are saying without really saying is that they do want the relationship. They're just fearful that it won't work.
Mhm.
So instead of even trying, I'm going to just say no
Mhm.
to protect myself because you took that opportunity away from me a long time ago to do that. And that's what makes me hurt about that, because I'm like, you do want the relationship. You just feel like they're going to do you like they did before and leave. And you don't want, now you're older and you know how that shit feels. So you're like, bitch, if I can protect it, I ain't going to do it on purpose. It's one thing if I did it by accident, but on purpose. So you got to be open, people.
The therapist said it herself. What? Y'all
Agreed.
better get this good word. She podding today. Is that what you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, guess what? You can hear more of us, right? Because Keisha, where can they listen to us at?
We're on YouTube at A Shade Podcast. Go like, share, subscribe to the YouTube. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and what are we on? Instagram.
TikTok.
And TikTok. A Shade Podcast. Boo. We finna go make our little TikTok video.
And hit us up on our website. Check it out. aceshadepodcast.com.
Oh, if you got questions, email us. ashadepodcast@gmail.com.
All right, y'all. Peace.